Hi, now we are going to see in this video how to create an EC2 Windows instance. So first of all, I'm going to select in which region I want to create an instance. And I have gone with North Virginia. So now, after selecting my region, I'm going to the dashboard. And in the dashboard, you can see here the launch instance. In that, I'm going to click the launch instance. And now we get the first step, choose an Amazon machine image. On the left hand side, I'm going to select free tier only. As I said, I'm going to create the Windows server. I'm selecting Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base. Yeah, selected. And now we are going to choose an instance type. Yeah, it's already pre-selected the T2.micro free tier eligible one. So we are going to the next step, the configure instance details. Here we have number of instances, 1, yes, and the availability zone in subnet. I'm going to select 1D, and the network VPC it's set to default, and yes, auto assign public IP it's enabled. Yeah, so then I'm going to go to the next step here to add storage. In that, as Windows has extra size, more size, they are using 30 size GB, and here we are going with delete on termination, and then we are going with add tags. In that, go and click add tag and add in name and the value here. As we are going with the Windows instance V for video. Yeah, so the next one, we are going to configure the security group. So the first here, when we are going to the security group, we are going to create a new security group. So I'm going to leave with the create a new security group. Here we can go, and if we want, we can go ahead and go with the existing security group. But now I'm going to go and create a new one. Instead of launch wizard 2, I'm going with Windows security group for video. And as it's a Windows one, we get this type RTP, and its protocol type is TCP, and the source we are going with anywhere. Yeah, this is the first one. As in our requirement, we have after connecting to the instance, as we want to connect to the HTTPS request, we can add now or we can edit this later. But I'm going to add it now and say here I'm going to go ahead with the HTTP one. It's TCP again, port range custom, and I'm going with anywhere the source, and then I'm going and saying review and launch. So now here we get all the details like what we have selected, and then after just cross checking, go ahead and click on the launch button. And here, instead of going like and choose existing key pair, I'm going to create a new key pair, and the key pair type is RSA, and here it's Windows key pair for video. And then I'm going to download the key pair. Yeah, and then I'm going to click on launch instance. So yes, our instances are now launched, and then I'm going to go and click view instances. Now we can see here our instance, and slowly now the instance type is pending. Slowly it will go to initialization state. Yeah, as it's a Windows one, it takes a bit time. While it's taking time, I'm going to find the Microsoft Remote Desktop, because it is useful for us to connect to the instance. So now it's running, and then we need to wait for the status check. It is initializing. So here if I select this instance, I can see in the below like the details of the instance, like details, summary, instance summary. This is the public IP address, and it says the instance is running, and the instance type, and the private IPv4 DNS, VPC ID. We haven't created any VPC, so this is a default VPC, and what subnet we have chosen in the 6 subnets available, and what AMI image type we have selected, and everything. Yeah, and the termination protection is disabled, and the key pair name. Then here we can see the security details, the security groups, what are the inbound rules. So see here we have like a TCP rules. You can, by seeing the port range, you can say like whether that's this is RTP where it says 3389, and 80 is HTTP. And then the networking, where you can see like public IPv4 DNS, IPv4 address, etc. Let me just quickly refresh this to check. Still it's in the initialization state. So now here we have spoken about networking. Then we will go and see the storage details, like, yeah, see we have that one, and attached status. This volume ID is the one which it refers to the hard disk, and you can see it in the Elastic Bookstore as well. You can see what volume, and it says in use. Yeah, now we are going back to instances and just refreshing it to see the status check. And yeah, I'm going to click this one. We have to talking about storage, and now the status checks. So both the status checks and instance checks are in the initialization mode, and the monitoring status and the tag status. Yeah. So in the meanwhile, on the left hand side here, we can see what are all the things available for creating instances. See, this is instances, which is new, and we have instance types. Here we can see like loading instance types. Come on. And you can hear from launch templates, you can choose like which template you want and all that. And let's go to Ec2 Dashboard, and now here you can see like one instance running. You have no elastic IPs, you have 3 key pairs. So see, this key P1 and KP are the ones which I have created while learning how to do this. So I'm just going to delete them because I don't need them at the minute. I'm going to use only I'm going to use only the key pair with the V. So here I've clicked on delete, and I need to confirm that I'm going to delete it by typing the letter, the word delete in the So now we have only one key pair, and again we'll go to the dashboard, and you can see the key pairs. Now if we refresh it, yeah, so now you can see this, you have only one key pair and you have only one instance running. Yeah, and now the status check is completed. So yeah, go click, select the instance what you want and say connect to the instance. As it's in Windows 1, we need to go and connect to the RDP client. So before going and connecting with the RDP client in the instances, as this is a MacBook, we need to select this one, and here we are going to copy the public IPv4 address, and in the remote desktop, yeah, here you're going to add PC and give the PC name here, and you're going to click like say add, yeah, save it. So now it's connecting and it's asking for the username and the password. So if you go here and click on the connect, you get from here RDP client where it says username administrator. Copy it and give here, and here you need to get the password, get password, and browse your key. Normally all your keys will be in the downloads, and here you have the Windows key PV1 is the one which we have used for this instance, and here the password is generated. Before copying and pasting it, we are going to use decrypt the password, and here you got it. And now copy the password and go to the remote desktop and paste the password and go and click on continue. Accept the certificates. So now this needs to connect to our Windows instance. So this is our Windows instance. It's loading and setting up the personalized settings. So now in my laptop we are on a virtual machine or virtual server which is of type Windows. So here I'm going with the server manager. To install IIS, because Windows use IIS for its applications. Yeah, it's loading. We have here the local server and all the servers. Yeah, we are going to get option where we get for the users roles. Yeah, just give it a minute. It will load it. once it's get loaded, then we are going to create some roles and features to this IIS. Yeah, we got the all service one, local and file storage and services. Now go and click on add roles and features. Go ahead, next, 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 and here you're going to select the web server IIS and say add features. Click next, 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 and then install. So it's going to install the web server IIS on a Windows machine. So yeah, after it gets installed, then we can go and get a URL from on our management console, and we can browse that one and see whether we are able to connect to our instance and run the application from it. So yeah, just a second, it's going to install. So yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, give it a minute. It is going to install it. Yeah, now the installation is completed. Close it. So yeah, see, now you have your IIS installed here on this server manager. So yeah, it's all right. Minimize this one, and now go to your, yeah, copy your public DNS, and then from here paste it and just run it, so you can see the basic thing getting open. So this is what we have learned mainly today. Thank you.